Alright, our first set of notes in Unit 5, Circle Theorems, is going to start on page 40, and the title will be Using Bounds to Estimate Area. So let's go over to page 40 and make sure that you have included your page number and your title for this page. So we discussed that lower bound is the smallest possible area. And I'm going to highlight lower bound in yellow. And to find the lower bound, we will shade all the full squares inside the shape. So let's go ahead and leave yourself about 10 lines and then give yourself an example and just draw a blobby shape for an example. And then I'm going to use the lines on my paper to start a grid. And then just sketch in the vertical lines for the grid as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just an estimate. So any full shape inside of our blob, I'm going to highlight yellow. Okay, so I've highlighted all of the full squares inside of our blob. So in our example, our lower bound, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So my lower bound is 11 squares. And to find the upper bound, we will be finding the largest possible area, and we will count the lower bound, all shaded boxes for the lower bound, plus any square that contains part of the shape. So now we're going to go back, and any square that touches our shape, we're going to go ahead and shade that full square as well. And it was really a judgment call. This shape was almost a full square, but not quite, so I could have gone either direction and shaded that as part of my lower bound. I chose that it was cut off a little bit in mine, so I did not shade it as part of the lower bound, but it could have been. What? Okay, so when we count the boxes in the lower bound, plus the boxes that we shaded pink for our upper bound, we've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So our upper bound is 34. So this tells us that our area for this blob that I have drawn here has to be between 11 and 34. It could not be any smaller than 11. It cannot be any bigger than 34. And we want one more side comment about bounds, that we discovered as the grid size gets smaller, the upper and lower bound get closer to the true area. So this sort of is a sandwiching effect, that we are pushing our upper bound and lower bound closer together as we decrease our grid size and make those squares smaller.